Hey guys, sorry for the late vlog. I moved last week on Wednesday, so didn't even get to watch Survivor the night of, but I finally got to see it Thursday and I'm finally doing this video. So sorry if it's not immediately after having watched the episode, but I still have lots of comments, so thanks for your patience and thanks for those who sent me comments asking where I was. It's nice to know that, you guys were looking forward to it, and hopefully I won't disappoint with this video. So I want to start by talking about Malcolm because I was very frustrated at him for not just looking for the idol last week and somehow like dropping the ball on that one. But according to his interview on the Survivor After Show with Parvati, the reason for not looking for the idol was because he wanted to make Andrea and Cochran think that he actually had found it because he'd been digging for a while before. And according to him, actually did succeed. They weren't sure that he had it, and that's why they split the votes, and that's why he had some sort of a chance to get Sherry or Eric or whatever or whoever to flip. Which obviously didn't happen and he got voted out. But ultimately it shows that yet again he really did think of everything. I mean, I didn't even think of that, and he was right. That was probably the better call rather than dig, show that he didn't have the idol and then not find it. So I take back not understanding why he didn't just continue digging. Going back to this past episode though, I thought Eddie and Reynold just showed yet again why they're really disappointing players this season. I mean, Reynold going around saying, well, I could just go on an immunity streak, I could just win and go all the way to the end. It was just so stupid and so narrow, short-sighted. And it just, he really shouldn't have flaunted that. They already know that he's a physical threat, So yeah, and then that brings us to immunity number one. Here we go. After Reynolds' stupid move, Eddie just doesn't even try to compete, he's well, and he said later, oh, I knew I wasn't gonna win that, so I might as well get some food from it. No, sorry, you're playing for $1 million, not for a donut. And if you even if he had made it to the end, or I mean, he might still, because he's still in the game. Even if he makes it to the end, it's you didn't fight for that, never give up on an immunity challenge. I just don't understand how that would be possible. So I think that's really lame. As for Andrea and Brenda fighting it out, I totally get that. I also would want to test myself in that sense, and I also would want to win it without, having someone give up or giving up myself. I would never want to do that. But on the other hand, you need to think of the greater picture, save your energy, there's going to be another immunity challenge a few days after that, and I think, it's a shame to just spend your energy waiting for 3 hours on a really uncomfortable triangular object. But yeah, oh, speaking of which, I met Andrea last Monday, before this episode, the Monday before the episode, at my yoga class. And I spoke to her a little bit afterwards. I mean, we didn't really talk much, but I thought it was funny that challenge aired right after, because her yoga experience clearly helped with that, the standing on one leg. So yeah, and she's just as pretty in person and very her smile and her eyes are totally what make you recognize her. But yeah, I didn't talk to her much, and maybe I'll see her next week. Who knows? Anyway, oh yeah, so the clue. Andrea said to Brenda, I will share the clue with you if you drop out of the challenge. And Brenda did not drop out of the challenge. So in my opinion, that promise didn't have to stand. Andrea should have just kept the clue for herself, on one hand. But on the other hand, why would she do that? She already has kind of a target, or had kind of a target on her back. So I get why she shared the clue with Brenda and then the rest of the tribe. But I still don't think that she needed to do that. Then Eric found the idol. Why did he just hand it over to her? Somebody explain that to me. I really don't understand that. Cochran was funny. Did he learn nothing? Clearly not. It's not just about handing over your immunity necklace. It's handing over just like an idol, just like that. So anyway, don't get that, but clearly it didn't matter too much. So at that first tribal, Reynold got voted out. It was pretty predictable. He was just, he enhanced that target on his back. So and then again, we've got Eddie and Reynold, who like don't even try. Like, what was the point of voting? Like, Eddie voted for Sherry and Reynold voted for Eric. Like, there was no strategy behind that. Those were throwaway votes. It's just like, so basically they just decided to leave their fate to everybody else. Again, like, it just kind of annoys me. Next round of immunity, we've got Andrea versus Brenda, pretty much, and then Cochran's kind of in the mix because Andrea's obviously confiding in Cochran with all of this. So when Cochran says, "Oh, like Andrea's plan wasn't to have me in the final three, so why would I have her in mine?" Like, I don't know. Like, she's like, why would she confide in Cochran so heavily if she didn't intend to like really align with him? Like, I get Cochran, wanting to vote her out. I agree. Like, she was like clearly an independent thinker, like really was playing hard. I don't think she was making all the right decisions, but I get why Cochran decided to tell Dawn and Brenda and like get Brenda to turn against Andrea. But also I feel like Andrea, like, yeah, she's playing hard, but it's not clear who she's playing with. Like, she did divulge that she planned on taking Eddie to the end, but she's not really playing with Eddie. And even though she's playing with Cochran, like, I don't think she's planning on taking Cochran all the way to the end. So it's like, she's playing hard, but not like completely strategically. So, yeah. As for the whole, like, Brenda hasn't upset anyone argument, like, I think while that might work in like a new group of contestants, I don't think that would like wing it with this group. Like in the final three, like I don't think if Brenda gets to the final three and is like, "Hey, well, I haven't upset anyone. Like, you all love me. Woohoo. Like, I made it here. Give me the money." Like, I don't think they would value that. I think this group would value strategy a lot more, and we haven't seen all of that, from Brenda really. Then there's Eric who's saying like, "Oh, I'm in control of the game. Like, I have news for you, Eric. Like, being a swing vote, like every second vote when like there's a swing vote required does not give you power in this game." Like, I'm glad he thinks he has power, but he really doesn't. It's like power for like, I mean, yeah, he's like the decision maker, but really like not like it doesn't give him power just by having a say in the vote, like, for one vote, one swing vote like that. Because let's say he had voted for the other side, like, and gotten Brenda out instead of Andrea, like, then what? Like, then he actually has to make decisions, and he clearly can't do that. So that's not having power in this game. Yeah, next, what's next? Cochran seems to be on the chopping block. I mean, that's what the previews show, but again, we can't really tell how accurate the previews are going to be. I think it would be a good idea, but I can't see what would happen next. Like, now that Andrea's gone and Malcolm's gone, and let's say Cochran leaves next week, like, who are the big strategists? Like, I don't know who would really take control of the game. So if Brenda manages to pull that off, then she would then earn the $1 million, I'd say. But we'll see. I'm excited. Only a few more days till the next episode. I hope these guys get to eat something. They look so emaciated. Like, just looking at them on that balancing challenge, it was kind of hard to look at. It seems like one of the harder seasons yet. Like they just all seem to have lost like a tremendous amount of weight. So give these people some food. I know it's part of the show. You have to survive without it, but still, like, it seems pretty brutal. Anyway, thanks for your patience, guys. Like, send me comments. I'll still answer, obviously, and I won't be late again. I don't plan on moving again. So, talk to you guys soon.